Okay. On our way to go get Lynx. Doorbells are still not a thing. Knock. Knock? I feel like everyone Lynx would have a doorbell. I'm going to knock on the fucking door. Knock, knock, knock.
Alright. Lore spinning.
Knock, knock.
Let's see. You may come in.
Eh.
Hello, Audie.
Hi. Remember when we talked about therapy?
Perhaps?
I feel like I'm summoning you to court right now. Lynx, your presence is requested in the therapy office.
Uh.
See? Does that feel formal if I do it that way?
uh. It's at least a little funnier.
You have a fence gate.
The best gate's not for me.
I can also jump the fence. Do you know what I use anyway? The gate? Okay.
I'm a Benoid. We like jumping over things. That's just a thing.
And I was a gecko at one point. I'm still gonna take the gate.
I think geckos would take the gate.
I don't think a gecko would take the gate. Have you ever seen a gecko before?
I have not, actually.
Yeah, no, those things are crawling over fences.
I see.
I did not crawl on things.
Do, then?
I'm...
of course it meant.
I can get the doors.
Okay.
It's my... Okay, right. You wanna pick where you sit? I'm giving you choice.
I'll sit here.
I really gotta ask people next time, because it's like, I have two sides of the room, and everyone always chooses this side.
It's the cushions.
That's a very nice sofa. I've slept on there several times. Anyway, you chose your seat. I'm not gonna try to convince you otherwise.
Yes. But good talk, good talk. Yeah.
No, get back in the...
See you again next week.
Get back in the cushion. Oh, you're already planning on coming back, Lynx? Well...
No.
That's brilliant, actually. I will write you down for another appointment.
Oh, no.
Brilliant.
You can't take my jokes seriously.
Well, you look like you were seriously about to leave the room. I guess I should never take anything you say seriously.
No,
Can I start?
Yes.
Alright. So, excluding this bit I'm about to say, because I don't start the timer until after I do my disclaimer, sessions are about 45 minutes long. I will write up a report at the end of it. You are well within your right to request a copy of the report. However, anything you read in the report is from a clinical point of view. Additionally, if the copy of the report ends up in the hands of someone who you didn't give it to, that is entirely on you, because I am only in charge of my copy of the report. That'll sound good?
Yes, I understand.
Right. Any copies that I have a... No one has found my reports yet. I take pride in that, actually. So, no one's found them. I don't even think Myra even knows where mine are.
That's probably for the better.
I don't think Myra even knows I write reports. Anywho. Anything you say in these sessions is completely confidential. If someone were even trying to listen in on these appointments, they wouldn't be able to. The only way to listen in is to physically be in the room. Does that make sense?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. There is no way to physically be in this room without me letting you into the room. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I will not disclose anything unless I, keyword in that sentence, deem you a danger to yourself or others. That makes sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
I do want to just reiterate the one point of if I deem you a danger. Calypso could come right up here and tell me that she thinks you're a danger, and I would go, well, in my opinion, no. And I would not give her anything.
I mean, Calypso would probably be right. I did kill someone not too long ago.
I'm aware of that, but if I deem you to actively be a danger to yourself or others without cause, if that makes sense.
Okay,
So,
it makes sense.
unless for whatever reason you're put on trial for the person you killed, I can't really, and it would have to be relevant information. I can't just go, yeah, so Lynx has an unhealthy obsession with carrots whenever you're being pulled up on a murder charge. That's like nothing to do with the other, you know?
Yes.
Also I would never say that in the first place. So, um, do you understand everything as I have said it to you?
Yes, I understand.
Cool. This first appointment's free. Any further appointments, I am required by Myra to take payment. She did not say I had to take payment in money. So take that as you will. I really do like cake, by the way. So yeah.
Good to know.
I also want to say you do not have to have therapy sessions in this office. Therapy can take place in the greenhouse, the Kalian clinic, or the office in my house. I will say though, the greenhouse has not been given as much of the noise blocking measures as other places, so I would advise only going there for non-talking therapeutic measures, if that makes sense.
I'm not aware what talking therapeutic measures are, but I will trust your judgment.
It's sort of like if you just need to decompress rather than talk things out.
Okay.
There's a lot of gardening activities over there. I'm planning on bringing pets over there. The Kalian Clinic is also going to have a animal section if you wanted to, I don't know, just really wanted to pet a dog, you know? It's that sort of thing.
I get it.
Not all therapy is talking it out, is what I'm trying to say.
It makes
Um,
sense. I understand.
Coolio. Well, I will start the timer as long as you are in complete agreement with everything I've said.
I am in agreement.
Uh, you're free to leave at any time. I am not holding you hostage. I am now going to start the timer. I needed to add that bit after Mango thought I was kidnapping her. So,
I see.
I'm
So
not
I'm not
kidnapping.
being kidnapped.
You're not being kidnapped. You agreed to come to therapy.
I'm aware.
Right. I like to start these sessions off by asking, how are you feeling today?
Okay. A
Just
bit
okay?
uneasy, I suppose.
Uneasy. Okay. Do you know why you're feeling uneasy? Therapy. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Were you feeling uneasy before you came in here?
I mean, I think I always have a level of uneasiness, but that's natural.
Okay, I'm gonna ask, would you prefer I be blunt or let you figure out what I'm saying?
Prefer blunt for this at least.
Okay.
I'm out of my element for this type of thing. Anything
All
I'm saying
good.
is not to try and mess with you this time, at least. I'm being
Um,
serious about it right now.
Good. I appreciate it. Is the general unease related to you being, how did you describe yourself? Bunoid?
I mean, I suppose that's part of it, though not the main cause.
Okay. The only reason I bring it up is I've spoken to a couple of people who are, I think the term most people use is hybrids. Um, and the general consensus I get is that they are constantly on edge, constantly uneasy.
I mean, we are always a target, but
Yeah.
that's less of my concern.
Okay. Okay, real quick, I'm gonna deal with the eyes outside the office because I hate them.
Understandable.
Okay, timer back on.
Right.
So what would you say was the main focus of your unease at the moment?
I mean, I just have a natural level of unease. I've had it for most of my life.
Hmm. When you say unease, um, are you able to sort of pinpoint what's causing it, or is it just like a underlying level you're uneasy constantly?
I mean, I feel like I'm constantly under it, unless I'm near select people.
Okay. Hmm. Who would these people be, if you don't mind me
Currently, the
asking?
Grave Digger, Calypso, and Silk.
Okay. I can see why that last one might make you feel a bit more hesitant to me.
Yes, I mean, I'll tell you about that after. That's
Oh, good.
unrelated to therapy. It's related to you. So
Oh, right. Okay. Um, I mean, if you want to get into that now, we can, if you'd like.
no, it's not related to therapy.
I- Anything is related to therapy if I make it.
It shouldn't be related to today, I don't think.
Okay, if you'd rather not talk about it.
I'll just tell you after this therapy session is all. I don't want to waste the timer too much.
All good. Um, okay. I'm not allowed to diagnose people, but I'm gonna go through a list of things and I want you to tell me if it sounds like you. The first one I
Okay.
already know sounds like you. Do
Oh,
you have
great.
difficulty sleeping?
Yes, I do.
The second one, the reason why I'm going through this list. Do you feel restless or, irritable constantly? And I don't mean like every single second, because I know for a fact you don't feel uneasy when you're around certain people, but
Irritable as in angry?
irritable doesn't necessarily mean angry.
Could
Um,
you narrow it down for me?
so annoyed could be another word for it, or
Hmm.
bothered.
I guess I know restless fits, but I suppose for irritable?
Okay. Now you struggle with sleeping. Um, do you feel
Yes.
tired?
The constant level of it, yes.
We went over that one already. Now, I know we've gone into your eating habits before, but would you describe yourself as having, I'm gonna go general and I can go more specific if you'd like, stomach problems?
I do not know.
Okay. Um, when you're feeling uneasy or restless, do you notice a difference in heart rate between then and when you're feeling calmer with, the people you feel
I
fine
don't
around?
pay attention to my heart right now.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I wish I knew I was going to have to pay attention to that.
No, no, no. And I'm only gonna go over this other symptom. Do you find yourself ever feeling lightheaded or dizzy?
Occasionally.
Okay. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what I was going through. Um, because it will be in the report if you request it. So I basically just went
I
over the symptoms of generalized anxiety disorder with you, and you ticked almost every box.
I see.
The reason I went through that is when you list having a general unease your entire life, that's what I go towards. Um, oh, I reached my step goal. I've been sitting down. What do you mean I reached my step goal? Sorry.
My timer, no!
Hold on, I am gonna pause the timer real quick because the spider is
Okay.
bothering me.
You got it, boss.
Where are you? Go away. I find it hard to focus when these things are going on. I wonder if I might be autistic. Anyway, so I wonder. Okay. The reason I go over that is because it could be that. That is a very real possibility. However, it could be related to something else I am aware about you. And I'm going to reiterate real quick that this room, no one else can hear in. I'm going to reiterate that again. No one can listen in. I am aware about your affinity for hearing things. Do you need me to be more specific, or would you like me to keep
I
it that
prefer
vague?
specifics.
Um, from what I've gathered, it sounds like you are able to hear magic.
Who told you?
No one told me. I picked up on clues, and people's reactions confirmed it. I am not allowed to specify on which people, because two of them I am bound by confidentiality. Again, it was only ever discussed in this room. No one outside knows. And I, again, would like to reiterate, I don't deem that a danger. If you need me to say that again, I can say it again.
What's the point of bringing it up today?
I bring it up today because I wonder. Now, is this something you've always been able to hear?
Hmm. Uncertain.
Okay. I'm trying to basically pinpoint if you being able to hear it and your now, not all of the anxiety, but some of the anxiety may correlate. And again, I bring that up because while it goes by a different name in the church, it is a worldwide phenomenon. That there is a general distrust and unease around magic in every person.
I don't think the two are related. My views on magic are that it's more of a sickness that should be cured.
It's not that okay. I'm gonna reword this.
Okay.
I don't think this has anything to do on people's views of magic. If okay, I'm gonna tell you what the church believes, and this is probably one of the only things that I can kind of get somewhat behind.
Okay.
Um, in the church, we call that feeling the original guilt. Um, it is the legend goes that originally people didn't have magic, and that magic was stolen from Solaris. In return for stealing the magic, she did let us keep it, but she made us feel immensely guilty for that first theft. And that is that
So
unease and
we all hate
distrust
magic because of it's a crime.
because one person committed a crime. It's corporal punishment, really.
I
Um,
see.
and while we are not guilty of that original guilt, we still feel it. It's a biological thing. Um, in the church, we're taught to recognize the guilt because you can feel guilty about something and still move forward with it. If that makes sense. That's what we're taught in the church. Which I am very aware is not a viewpoint held by a lot of the outside, especially here in Aventine. Which is why I like to remind people that no one can listen in here. I made
Okay.
sure of that. I am not above using outside measures to my advantage, is all I'm going to say on that.
It's,
I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear it in here, but
yeah, sorry. I had something. I had something IRL just bugging my
all good.
sister. Well, could you repeat the point?
I wasn't sure if you'd be able to hear what has happened to this room or if it was just people.
I have not been down here, so I can't confirm.
Right. No, that just me being nosy, really. Uh,
I mean, I could always test it too, but I think that's another matter.
that's another matter. Um, what I'm trying to say is this room is completely safe. Um, but no, I wanted to see if the two were correlated, basically. If the
I do
unease
not.
might have something to do with the fact that you are able to hear magic.
I am uncertain.
Okay.
You see, when younger, because of how fun nerds are, the world can be overwhelming to us just based off of hearing.
Oh
You
yeah,
hear it a
I
lot
can
more than
imagine.
you expect. And so early on in life, you learn to be able to focus the hearing to basic things and tune out other matters. So I don't know how long I've been able to hear magic for, because it was probably something I've tuned out.
No, that makes sense. Hmm. Okay, so some of your unease might have also stemmed from that. Okay. And certain this level of unease, is it more like just something in the background, like something else you can tune out?
It, hmm, it's something I'm always aware of.
Okay.
That's the best description I really have. I know it's there. I don't talk about it, but I know it's there.
Okay. All right. I just again, I've spoken to a lot of people and the general consensus is that living a certain way and being a certain way can just, as a default, make people uneasy. Hey, I existed being perceived as a hybrid for like a couple of months after I left the church before I removed the additional things on me. But that can't compare to people who have obviously lived their entire lives like that.
I don't I don't think that unease is related to being a hybrid. Yes, I know there's danger, but I take pride in it. And
No,
I think others should too.
I'm not saying that people shouldn't take pride. I would never insinuate that. It's more
Yeah, I
an
mean,
automatic
I'm not
defense
saying you did.
mechanism. I'm wondering if it is. Like you said yourself, you're usually aware that you could potentially be in danger. I'm wondering if
Yes.
that is related to the unease.
I do not believe so, no.
Okay.
I feel I am capable of handling myself.
I'm just gonna stare at you a tiny bit longer just to see if you
That
pick up
was
on the
purely be
irony.
that was purely because I went somewhere without my armor or weapons. I let my guard down, that is on me. I will admit that, but I will not be doing so again.
Why did you do that? Go without your armor and weapons.
Because I didn't want to seem like I was coming at them at arms. It was someone that I was unfamiliar with and I wanted them to be comfortable.
So, you wanted them to be comfortable, but in a way, making them comfortable put you in an uncomfortable position.
I wasn't uncomfortable about it. I
I'm not saying that you
wasn't ex
specific. Oh, I've not had that up. Okay. I'm not saying that you specifically were uncomfortable. I'm more saying the situation you ended up in
yes, I suppose.
was, yeah. From an outside perspective, that's what it looks like.
I suppose yes.
Okay. Again, this isn't me trying to put my viewpoint on top of yours. It's me offering an outside perspective, basically.
Yes, I understand.
Sounds like you're in a teacher's office right now.
I'm
You're
in a bit
allowed to
of an
tell me
uncomfortable
no.
spot.
Yeah, I get it. I'm not expecting you to completely open up on the first session. If I expected that, then I would be out of a job. It's not gonna happen. My hope is I make you feel like you want to come back. If that makes sense. That my perspective
Well,
is a worthy one.
we'll see at the end.
Okay. Now, I wanna pivot the topic to something else real quick.
Okay.
I got a letter recently.
The letter.
Yes, I got a letter. And it didn't specify what kind of event was coming up, but it did specify that you had some sort of event coming up that I needed to be out of town for,
What?
and that you were uncomfortable celebrating this event. Any reason why our feline friend might need to come into town and didn't want to risk running into me?
Oh, okay. I was so You could have just told me it was a letter from Silk. That would have made
I
things less confusing.
Silk is technically bound by confidentiality as well in some
I
regards.
see.
So I do have to be vague for some
Okay.
reasons.
I was so confused.
No, no, I knew you were going to be
My.
confused until I got to the end of the sentence.
Okay.
Now,
It's
what
my
event
birthday
is coming
coming
up?
up.
Your birthday. Okay. Now, I'm going to make some leaps.
Okay.
Um, any chance you wandering off at the festival? Again, I didn't attend, so I've got secondhand accounts here. You wandering
Okay.
off to I don't know exactly what you were doing. I know you were doing something in private. If it was me, I would be probably trying to talk to someone who probably wasn't there.
I.
Again, with leaps,
It's
you
a
can tell me I'm wrong.
it's a tradition
Tradition. I'm wondering
that
if that person that you had the tradition for might have something to do with not wanting to celebrate your birthday. Again, leaps. I'm making leaps. You tend to not give me anything unless I
uh,
make leaps.
it is a fair assessment.
Hey, my job to make assessments.
Oh no, I'm saying the reason.
Yeah,
It the festival was held on Cleo's birthday.
clear. Okay,
Yes. I went off to sing her happy birthday.
that's lovely. I'm assuming Cleo might not be with us anymore.
She is not.
My condolences.
She, throughout most of my life, she was the only one I really celebrated my birthday with. My parents or anything cared that much.
Right. So, in her passing, do again leaping here. Um, it sounds like without her, you don't see anyone else you could celebrate with. Maybe? Or does it feel weird celebrating without her?
I don't know. I haven't celebrated since she died.
Why?
I haven't even attempted.
How long has it been?
2, 3 years.
Okay. I heard there might have been a threat of kidnapping if you didn't go celebrate your birthday. How do you feel about that?
I prefer not using the word kidnapping.
Okay.
In all honesty,
Dragged from your house.
because with Silk it's fine, as I know they don't actually mean any harm by it.
The letter
But since I
used
was
both
old,
kidnapping and dragged, so
yeah, I plan on attending.
okay. I I think that would be good for you.
I suppose we'll see.
I again, opinions. Ooh, scary. Uh,
A little bit some days.
hey, I've been told my opinions are very helpful. Um, I think having someone that you don't feel uneasy with gently pushing you out or dragging, if the letter is correct, you out of your normal might be a good thing. It's good to sometimes create new traditions, like when you did the festival on Cleo's birthday. New traditions don't completely erase the old ones. It's just something new.
I I already said I'm planning on going,
I
so
know,
we'll
I
see
know.
how it goes.
I'm just wondering how you're feeling about that in general. Is it
I
an odd feeling?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think the effort should be spent on it, but I'm
Let's
not
go.
going to stop them.
I wanna focus on that bit actually. Effort
Not
spent.
stopping them? Oh, sorry.
Effort spent.
You're going to give me more to go off of. I don't know what you
Okay.
want out of that.
Why do you think it's not worth the effort spent? You celebrated Silk's birthday, right?
Of course I did.
So it's not a case of you thinking that birthdays aren't worth celebrating. It seems more in the direction of you don't think your birthday is worth celebrating. Is that
Perhaps.
okay? Does that say just at your birthday? Um, I'm assuming I'm going to need to be more specific again.
Yes, please.
Okay. The specific words you used was worth the effort. Do you
Yes.
think you, in general, are worth the effort?
No.
Right. And that
There are better
links,
resources to pull together towards
right,
other matters.
links. This is the point why I wanted you to come to therapy. Because while you may not have said it explicitly to me, I picked up on that before you even came in here, that you do not think you are worth the effort for things. Now, if you were just some, like, if you were someone I didn't like, let's say, I probably wouldn't spend much effort on you. However, when you have friends, your friends are worth the effort. And you have friends, Lynx, which makes you worth the effort. I'm pronouncing my THs correctly. You are worth the effort.
I believe there's simply better uses of the resources and
That,
such.
okay, if someone is making an effort for you, it's because they deemed that you were worth the resources. It does not matter if you deemed yourself worth the resources. Now, is that also a
They're
problem?
wrong.
Yes. Okay, you're gonna call Silk wrong. You're gonna call I the Gravedigger wrong.
I,
You probably would call me wrong constantly, but
sometimes. Not as
sometimes.
often as you may think.
Hey,
Just
I
because
view
I
myself a little bit negatively too. So,
just because I get along with them doesn't mean I don't think they're wrong. I care a lot for them, but that doesn't make them right.
you care for them, but you don't think they know how to delegate their own resources?
I just think it shouldn't be towards me.
That, in my opinion, is a reason You need to be in therapy, and you fought me on this for so long, and I now have my reason to throw at you. You've given me ammo, Lynx.
Oh boy. What would you prefer I be quiet this whole 40 minutes or so?
No, no, I knew this entire time. You've just finally said it to me, and it means I can throw it back in your face. Oh, brilliant. Thank you, Lynx. Ah,
Uh, great.
look, Lynx. Everyone is worth as much effort as other people put into them. Everyone is worth what they put into themselves. I know I'm talking probably nonsense to you, but you put effort into your friends.
Of course I do.
Yes?
They deserve it.
Okay. Um, I'm trying to think of. Okay. Um. Okay. Silk has friends. Silk has a lot of friends. They can't stop talking about them in their letters. Um. Let's. Who's had a birthday? I think Jem had a birthday. Silk
Yes.
hosted something for Jem's birthday. Jem is Silk's friend. Why would Silk not also extend you then?
I understand the reasoning. I just don't feel it necessary. It's not a lack of understanding, Audie.
I get that it's not a lack of understanding. I'm just trying to pinpoint where this thought happens, if that makes sense. The reason I'm throwing these things at you is I want to pinpoint where things began and how we can work around them.
Where it began.
Yeah. When did you believe that you weren't worth celebrating? Worth anything?
I mean, it's always been there if you just looked. I mean, my parents, well, my parents wanted to celebrate my birthday. They wanted me to put the efforts into more productive things. As a prodigy, I'm supposed to be better.
Prodigy.
Hate the word.
Neither I don't like it either. I think it puts too much pressure on children who shouldn't have that pressure put on them.
It's not the pressure. They just never see the work it takes. They don't understand that that word is not real.
Why do you think it's not real? Because I've got my reasons. I want to see your reasons.
As someone that was deemed it, no one understood the work it took to understand things differently, the amount of time to learn. They don't notice that. That's a prodigy is supposed to be natural. Nothing that is not natural. It's effort.
So in other words, it puts pressure on you.
It's not even the pressure. I'm
No,
using
no,
it
no.
as
I'm
more.
saying that there is more to it, but when you boil it down to a core word, what word would you use if you boiled all of that down?
Fake.
Fake. Okay.
I don't see the word of it being real. I feel it's ignorance.
And when this is put on someone, you don't see as that is putting pressure on them.
No, there is pressure. It's just that I'm saying for my sake, the pressure isn't the issue, I don't think.
I'm not saying that the pressure is an issue. A little bit of pressure can help. When you put words on people that young, it doesn't help them. It can give them anxiety, like we spoke about before. I'm not saying that's the root of your anxiety. I'm just generally speaking. Um, it can lead to a bunch of other issues later in life, and it can make them feel unheard and unseen. It can make the person feel like their effort is not seen. Does that sound more accurate? That last bit? The effort you put into being a quote unquote prodigy was unseen. You can tell me no. I don't get everything right.
Both a yes and a no.
Okay. It's more, you mentioned earlier that when you're labeled a prodigy, the effort you put into learning those skills, learning those things.
It creates a barrier.
Yeah,
It distances them from everyone because they have to be better. They have to be perfect.
I'm not gonna go back to the pressure point. Um,
It creates a barrier, though, that prevents others from wanting to try.
and it can be quite socially isolating, I'm assuming. Did you have many friends growing up?
Just Cleo.
Just Cleo. And is Cleo the only person who made an effort to celebrate your birthday?
Yes.
Lynx, I really and truly feel like you need to come back for more sessions, because the fact that you don't feel you are worth effort is inherently a problem. And I'm really, really worried that you don't see it as such for someone who usually does see these sorts of things in other people.
That's because I'm supposed to.
I think you need to turn that inwards a little. It's, to me, seems like you have focused a lot on other people. And I don't mean that you haven't worked up a lot of skills. You are very skilled. But it's the fact that you've done this and still feel like you have no worth is a problem that I am very worried about. Because, and I'm not
It's not like I
saying,
haven't tried.
and that's why I think you should come back, right? Because have you
Any.
tried having a therapist help before with this sort of
No.
thing? Okay. Lynx, I am specifically trained to help for this sort of thing. That is what I do. A huge chunk of my work as a therapist was helping with self worth issues. Either having too much self worth, because that having a huge ego can be a problem, and then the people who have no ego. Because, and now Lynx, I am not saying this is you. However, if you resonate with it, you don't need to tell me, but I do want you to think about that. A lot of the people that I have spoken to who have had such low self worth have later gone on to hurt themselves or try to die by their own hands.
That won't be happening. I'm not allowed to die yet.
You're not allowed to die. Go on. Could you go into that a little bit more for me?
I have things that I need to do. I have to make.
And if you felt like you had nothing
I have
left to
to
do,
do. That's when I'll die, most likely. But
okay. And that in of itself is also concerning to me. I can't speak for everyone on the planet. Again, I am one person. I personally live because I want to. You know, not for any particular reason. I just want to live. And that's because while I have a little bit of a damaged ego, I still have self-worth. Which is why I am so concerned that just that thought process is concerning to me. Can you see why I might be concerned about that?
I suppose.
Okay. Um Would you try to tell me not to be concerned about it?
Possibly.
Okay. And you're very aware, even if you did try to tell me not to be concerned about it, I'm gonna be concerned anyway.
I realize that I have very little control over what you worry about.
Yeah. That my job is like 50% worrying. Uh, so Lynx, it's I want you to no, you don't need to do it right now. Because I'm aware we've got about 7 minutes left.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you homework, Lynx. I know I told you this wasn't school, but unfortunately I gotta give you homework.
Oh God.
Um, right, would you like all the homework or would you want one task per week? So I've got a couple of things I could give you.
Uh, one task per week makes it seem like I have to come back.
You do have to come back.
Do I now?
Yeah.
I thought
Well,
that
you
wasn't.
either come back or I sit by your door. I'm not kidnapping you, I'm just sitting by your door.
That'd be a little funny to see now, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Now, what you do with me, like, sat by your door is up to you, but I will continue to sit there and go, Lynx, you need to go to therapy. Lynx, this is a court summons, you need to go to therapy. So,
Uh,
it's at what point I start to annoy you heavily. I'm also very aware there is a cat that also wants you to go to therapy.
oh, I didn't know she was also wanting me to go.
Dot? No, Silk.
Yes.
You said she.
Did I?
Yes.
I brain
I, d-
shut down. My bad.
I don't
I
know what
didn't
she
realize
can.
it was.
It. Yeah. There you go. So,
I'm
Silk
so
does.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
Brain
Look,
continue.
so Silk wants you to go to therapy.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a church thing, but we're all very into therapy. Lynx, we're all
Well,
very
therapy
into
is required,
therapy.
is what I've been told.
It is required, yes. However, it's
That's
good for you.
probably why.
I feel like I do need to clarify. In the church, you have your first um therapy sessions after you get your masks and stuff, just to see how you're doing. But once you turn, I think it's 16, it's up to the therapist's discretion how often you have to go to therapy. I think I had someone who only saw me like once a year. And like I think those sessions were mainly them just catching up with me. So
See.
while it was mandatory, it wasn't like it was you have to go to therapy once every week or you will be court summoned. No, it wasn't like that. It was one of the only systems I liked in the church, if that makes sense. Now, do I think if it was implemented here, it would get a lot of backlash and I wouldn't get anything out of it? Yes.
Yep.
However, I do think if we start people off young with therapy, they grow accustomed to it and aren't so hostile to it. I had someone hit me just for saying they should go to therapy. So, you know.
Yeah.
You Aventine residents have been the most hostile to therapy out of all of them, I will point out.
I haven't been hostile. I've just been
I'm just saying,
avoiding it.
compared to the Kalian people, the
You're really
Gravedigger
making me
showed up
what?
willingly and was very lovely.
You're really making me say I don't want to come back. I hope you know that.
If you come back, you're just leaning into Aventine stereotypes. Do you want to do that, Lynx?
Uh,
Do you want to feed into an Aventine stereotype, Lynx? Wow.
I
I
don't
didn't
care
think you
for
would do that.
stereotypes. Oh my God.
And see, that, Lynx, is a perfect example of manipulation. I'd say peer pressure, but I'm like pretty sure I'm older than you.
I'm going to be 24.
I turned 29 this year.
Yeah, older.
Yeah. mean, I think I'm close enough to say peer pressure. This is peer pressure. Peer pressure, Lynx. You should go to therapy. Peer pressure.
I'll come back if it gets you to shut up.
Success. Okay. So good at this.
Yep.
Do you think I could use the same strategy in Calypso? If I just annoy her?
No.
Or do you think she'll stab me?
I don't think she'd stab you, but she might throw a rock at you.
I'll take a rock. I'll do it. Again, I've been
Oh,
punched
God.
already.
Actually, she might shoot you. She has shot me before.
That's the price I'm willing to pay.
You're a stubborn one, you know that?
Oh, yes, I am very aware. I am very stubborn. How do you think I got this far?
Understandable.
There are... Now, not to be morbid, outside of the entrance to the church, there are a lot of skeletons of those who gave up after being removed from the church.
Okay.
I, however, am a spiteful motherfucker and I'm stubborn as fuck.
I mean, I don't think you're a skeleton, so...
Yes, I am. I'm pretty sure I'm not a skeleton. I've seen one of those and I hate that guy. So,
Not a fan either.
no. But the reason I was able to get up again after being heavily beaten was because I am stubborn. People might say that's a negative trait. I don't think so. I think being a little bit stubborn is a good thing, and I think you might need it sometimes. Just a little bit of stubbornness to get you in a direction that's ultimately going to help you. Look, Lynx, I'm not saying you're not stubborn at all, because you did fight me on this therapy thing.
I did.
Well done for that, because not a lot of people stuck out that long. I think the only person who's been more stubborn than you might be Calypso. And that's saying something. We've all met Calypso. The thing I'm trying to say is you're stubborn, but you're gonna get out stubborn, Lynx. And sometimes it's a good thing to just let that happen. There are some other people in your life who are also very stubborn, and I think you should listen to some of them sometimes. I'm not saying you don't listen, because we both know you listen to a lot of things.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Again, there was a lot of things I heard with those attachments that I want to unhear. But...
Pardon?
What?
What else were you told?
Oh, no, I mean, when I had my gecko features.
Oh.
I was able to
Okay.
hear things I want to unhear.
Oh,
Oh, no, there are
understand
things
now.
about you I wish to unhear, but that's a different story.
Well,
I do
no,
not
wanna
need to
know
hear
that.
about you and Lynx. You Lynx and Silk. I'm tired. I want to go to
Yeah.
bed. You and Silk. I don't want to hear any more about it. I need people to shut up about you two. It'd be great.
Oh god, they're talking about us?
Oh, yes, you are the OTP. You know what an OTP is, right?
What?
An OTP?
Pardon?
You know what an OTP is, right?
Yes, I know what it stands
Okay,
for.
great.
But, pardon?
Well, the other pairings are already together, even if they don't realize it yet. So, like, you're the only one that's not together yet. And people are annoying me about it. I'm gonna
I didn't
stare at
realize there was
someone
a
in specific.
problem.
Anyway,
Who?
I'm not
Who?
saying. Because they'll
You
come into my
DM it
chat
to
and
me.
yell at me.
DM it to me, DM it to me.
No. Okay, so,
I gotta know.
in character, my timer has gone off.
Okay.
No, yeah, no, I don't want to hear anymore. I hear so much in this town. I'm kind of concerned how many people just share secrets willy-nilly. Do you know what? It might actually just be me. I think it might be me. Okay. I might be the problem. Not the problem, per se. The timer has already gone off, which means this is no longer
Yeah, I
therapy.
know.
Uh,
Let's go.
it's like, I don't know what it is about me that just people come up to me and they tell me stuff that I really am not supposed to know, and they tell me anyway.
Yeah, I think that's a bit of a problem.
Yeah. To be fair, it helps me out. So,
I suppose.
yeah. I mean, I will say, when I had put two and two together about the listening thing, about the listening to magic, I did get the "Who told you?" And I was like, "You just confirmed it." So,
It was West, wasn't it?
I'm not gonna say it was West, but
Am I gonna have to give West a slap on the wrist for no particular reason?
look, in West's defense, West did go, "Who told you?" Um, because what I said
Got it.
was Lynx can listen to magic, right? And Wes was like, "Who told you?" And I was like, "No one, but you did."
I am going to give West such a slap on the wrist.
Oh, it was brilliant. It also didn't happen in a therapy session, so no big deal.
Oh, God.
So yeah, well, no, it happened in this room, but not in a therapy session.
Yeah.
So the secret is safe with me. I will tell you.
Well, good, because I planned on denying it.
Oh, you can never deny anything I already know.
No, I
It is
meant
the
if I could
joy of
use it
being
for
me.
anything.
Oh, yeah, no. Don't worry about that. I'm not in the business of blackmailing people.
I figured you would.
No. Um, that was a tactic that I didn't like about the church therapy. Because that was a thing. They would use the information given in therapy, and it's why
Yeah.
when I start these sessions, I tell you that that information is never going to leave this room unless you give me explicit permission. Which, in that front, don't give me
You do
explicit
not have
permission because I
permission.
won't share it.
You don't have permission.
I wouldn't even take permission if you told me to tell people you had magic. That's a no. I'm not gonna tell people that.
That's a can of worms I feel like you don't want to be opening.
It's I don't agree with this town's stance on things, and because legally I am a resident here, I, I if I tell people those things, it's gonna fall under the law of this area,
Mm.
and I don't agree with that. Now, am I fully aware
Understandable.
that there are magic users out there who are a danger to themselves and the public? Yes. But that is just like if I'm not a magic user, I could just as well be a danger to myself or the public. And I could get my hands on stuff stronger than some people's magics. So it's just how you view things, I think. And my view is fuck that shit. So
Fuck that shit. Got it.
you'll quickly understand that my view on a lot of things is fuck that shit.
Understandably.
Especially in here. Especially with Myra. Fuck thing Myra. She's not here right now.
Uh, I don't think so.
Um did you know that Myra didn't even consult me before putting the psychiatric ward downstairs? Who does that? Who
No.
does that? Yeah. Sometimes I wish when Magic set off explosives that he took the psych ward with a. I'm
Not a
just
fan of the
saying.
morgue or the psych ward, it
The
seems.
morgue is fine. The morgue, I get why that's down there. If there are any leaks, it's easier to contain if it's down there. The psych ward, however, should not be anywhere near the morgue. That is like asking a suicidal person to just kill themselves because it's easy transport. Do
Hmm.
you understand how stupid? Anyway, I'm
Alright, I completely
sorry. I went on a
understand.
whole ass
No,
rant.
you're fine. Though I think you forgot what the homework was.
Oh yes, homework. I want you to think about 5 positive things about yourself that have nothing to do with your skills.
What the fuck?
Yep.
You're sick and twisted, you know that.
Oh, I know, and I revel in it.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Myra hired me, I think.
Ah, yes.
This specific
Because you're
part.
so evil.
I'm so evil.
It,
It's because I'm tall. Did you know that? I got told that tall people are evil.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm evil, not yet.
So apparently tall people are evil.
Oh, unfortunately, I suppose.
Yeah. Um, yeah. You doing anything else today? Or is this you? I did just drag
This
you
was
away from
it.
your house.
I mean, I'm just mainly working on the railroad, as always.
Ah, of course.
Why? Are you saying you want to go get a drink or something?
I don't drink, Lynx. I also have a wife,
I,
Lynx. I'm also
I was,
incredibly straight, Lynx.
I met as friends,
I
Abby.
I know, I'm joking. I sometimes like to bring it up because I've had so many people when I go, I have a wife and kid, they just go, you what? And it is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, to assure you, I'm aware of it. And also to assure you,
Mhm.
while I appreciate your company and such, you are not my type.
Oh, I am definitely not. I've seen your type.
Shush.
Well, I've not seen, I've written to your type.
Shush.
Anywho, yeah, no, did I ever tell you about how Calypso reacted to me saying that I had a wife and kid?
Oh God, I can only imagine.
We were just talking, and then I mention it. We continue talking for like a second, and she goes, "Huh?" And it's the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life. Um,
I'm not sure why it's so surprising.
I,
Perhaps because of the Tumblr.
oh, I also had same conversation with
Oh,
Calypso. Me mentioning I'm 29, and her going,
yeah.
"You're 29?" Actually, it was 28 at the time, but you get the
To
point.
be fair, you're presenting yourself as if you're 30s range.
30s.
Yeah.
She thought I was 20.
I thought you were like 32 originally.
Okay, great. No one can get a grasp on my age. I'll take it.
Well, do you prefer I say younger? I'm close.
You are close. However, I don't know. I like the idea of being an ageless creature. You know, it
Well, it's
sounds
too bad that
fun.
you told me your age.
Oh, too bad. You know what? I can maybe fool someone else into thinking I'm an ageless creature.
Hmm.
I keep going to say monster. I'm not a monster. The only person who views me as a monster is Myra, and that's because she thinks we're equally monsters. So
That's how Myra is.
I don't think
Let's see.
equally is the correct answer, but hey ho.
I think you could probably get away with tricking Jonah.
Jonah? I think I've met
Yeah,
Jonah once.
I think Jonah doesn't know your age. You could probably get away with being ageless.
Ooh. Do you think I could convince Jonah that I'm a cryptid?
I don't think so.
I
Jonah's
think I
smarter
could do
than
it.
that.
No. I think I
Jonah's
could do
pretty
it.
smart.
I think I could convince Jonah that I'm a cryptid.
I think you could convince Sayat that you're cryptic.
Hmm. Isn't Science like banned?
Yeah, I don't know what Sayat even is.
I think
I've
I
seen
saw
him once or
them
twice,
once in
but
Kalian. Don't tell Calypso I said that though.
I'm not telling Calypso if I see Sayat either. So,
I have questions for Science, but anyway.
if I see them, I'll let them know you're looking for them.
Alright. Tell Science at the Kalian clinic though. Don't come find me here. For Science's
That's
own
what I was
sake.
planning. Yeah.
Um I am gonna head back to my house, write up that report. Um, you
I would
can
like a copy of that report.
you can request it after I'm done.
Okay.
I'll tell you when I'm done though. Oh my god.
Okay.
You're a poor fence guy. Why do you have a fence gate if you're not even going to use it?
Because Apollyon was being a dick. I told him I don't want him on my property. He's like,
Okay.
oh, this isn't your property, this isn't your property. So I put up a fence to mark my property.
Okay.
So that's why I have a fence.
No, no, no. I'm not questioning the fence. I'm questioning why you have a gate if you're not going to use it.
Oh, for others. For a while, when I first got here, my house was practically a mini inn.
Ah.
I had practically no privacy for a long time.
Oh. I would hate that.
It's fine. It is what it is.
Though, to be fair, I also have Myra in my life, again. So, I don't have privacy. I have a
Keep
Myra.
talking like that, people are gonna think your wife is Myra.
I have actually... Okay, out of character, I did have someone ask that.
Oh my
um,
god.
the answer was no. And okay, I'm gonna hope no one yells at me for this one. So, Artie's wife is also, black, and so I pulled the, oh, is it because they're black? And I was like, that's
Terrible.
racist, that's racist.
Terrible.
I was like, you can't just assume they're the
Terrible.
same person, that's racist. Yeah. I do want to point out, I wrote, like, Artie's wife and everything before,
Yeah.
I actually introduced them, so I did
Oh
not
yeah.
realize how close Artie and Myra were gonna get. But it does mean I get to pull the, oh, why do you think that? Why do you think that? Are you,
Huh? Where's his eyebrow? Where's his eyebrow? Where's his
where's his
eyebrow?
eyebrow? They hit me, just like you did. Not hard.
Funny.
It was the greatest conversation ever. Anywho, spin. Yeah,
Been.
yeah, Myra is not my wife. I miss my wife though.
I'm aware. You've made that clear.
Yeah, I miss my child as well. Hey, it's fine though, because Calypso has agreed to train me so that I can go back and take my daughter with me. So,
I thought we were going there all as a small group.
I mean, I was hoping people would come with me, but I didn't want to assume people were still going to come with me.
Well, you asked for people if some people would come, and I told you I would. I
It's
was
more I
waiting.
don't
I've
want to
been waiting for
hold people
that.
for that. It's a lot of
Oh, I get
people
it.
have said that they would, but when I asked them seriously, they said they wouldn't. Um,
You're. I'm fine with killing if need be. I'll come.
it's honestly, unless I had like an entire army, I think the likelihood would be it's an infiltration mission rather than
Oh
a
yeah.
uh guns blazing. Because last time I went in that way,
Oh no,
well,
I don't think guns blazing is going to work.
yeah, we see my eye. It would not work.
Yeah.
My depth
I.
perception is shit, by the way. I do want to point that out. It's so
You
bad.
want one of my magnifying glasses?
That, okay, it's not that. Basically, I can see out of the other eye. It's just wonky, if that makes sense.
I could try coming up with something to make it a little more focused or something.
I've lived like this long enough that I'm kind of used to how it is, and I feel like if I
So
changed it up,
it would throw you off again.
yeah, I kind of don't want to get thrown off again.
Understandable.
But yes, I'm gonna head back to my house. I'll let you know when the report's done, and
Fine.
let you can read over it, and then ask for a copy, or read over it and just leave it be.
But do you want me to walk you home then at least? I don't
No,
not
it's okay.
remember.
It's not like I'm going that far.
Fair enough.
Also, you're still injured, and I need to test you on that at some point.
I'm free now.
Do I have the stuff on me? I do not. Come back to the hospital.
Alright. And
It's just a blood test, okay?
I've learned that it's better to just not fight you on these type of things.
Success. Okay.
For
Uh,
now.
for now. No, please, if you are like extremely uncomfortable about something, you are allowed to just say fuck that
I'm
shit.
fine.
Okay, do we
Let me
still
go
have
add
one
it.
back here? No, we do not. Okay, back into my office again, I guess.
Oh my. Therapy session number
Take
2 already.
two. No, no. I've got a spare thing back here. Alright. Ba, 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 ba. Alright. So,
Fine, what do you need to do?
just sit down.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to clean the area on your hand.
Okay.
Uh, then I am going to take some of the blood from you. Okay. I'm
Okay.
gonna explain this process before I do it. I'm gonna take the blood. I am then
Oh,
going
okay.
to test the blood to see um what's what might be happening because you're healing quite slowly and I can tell some things from the I can't tell a lot. We don't really have a lot of
I
scientific
mean,
equipment.
I've always healed slowly.
Yes, but this is would you say this is slower than normal or about average?
I would say it's definitely it's a bit slower than normal.
Okay. Then just let me test the blood. Let me see if there's an issue with maybe the clotting agent or maybe something else along the line.
Okay.
But yeah, we can also, if you're amenable to it, um, with this prick, we can see if it closes over properly.
Sure.
Cool. Okay. I will just take a little bit of blood. There you go. And I'll obviously let you leave first, but I'll take that down to cold storage and I can test that in my free time.
Okay.
Um, but yes, basically what I'll be testing there is to see if there is anything I can notice in the blood that would be slowing down the healing process because you're obviously healing. I can tell that. But
Yeah, I'm doing slowly better.
you're healing at a speed that is kind of concerning. At the same time, if I am able to rule out some things and identify what is causing the slow healing, I can potentially try see if we can speed up the healing process a little bit.
Okay.
Does that sound like something you'd be interested in if I was able to find something that might work?
I mean, I'd rather discuss it first after
Yeah,
we
no,
know if it would
obviously.
work,
I would
but
discuss it with you first.
then yeah, I'd be fine with that. I don't see why I wouldn't be. I don't like being like this.
Some people don't like interfering with biology.
Weird, but
I
alright.
don't get it, but it's a thing. Um,
I suppose so.
if you want me to walk you back home, just wait here. I just need to pop down the cold storage.
Sure, the company is nice.
Yeah. One moment. There's nothing actually in my hands, but we're gonna pretend for the sake of this. See, in theory, I would put it in this room, so we're gonna pretend I put it in that room. There we go.
There we go.
Didn't think it was gonna take long.
I didn't think so. Is anyone ever gonna come pick up this shoe spider?
I have a sneaking suspicion I know who it belongs to.
Oh, it's Enver.
I just don't know where they live.
I don't think they live anywhere, if I'm honest with you.
Maybe that's why it's like, it's. Oh, no. There we go.
I think we're about to be jumped by birds out of care.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
All right. So those bunny things across your door, was it you
it is
or
Thimble.
Thimble? Okay,
If
makes sense.
us, I don't mind Thimble putting things up. I don't see an issue with it.
Hmm.
Oh, I think Thimble is a little upset that I didn't see an issue with it.
Ah, you think it was a failed attempt at bullying?
Yeah,
Hmm. Well, I'll have a word with
What?
Thimble about that.
Why?
I don't approve of bullying.
I love a prank, per se.
I think Thimble needs to go, oh, yeah, Lynx found it funny, rather than you said upset. I'm just going off of your words.
Hmm. I mean, if we see them, we can ask them.
Hmm. I have a sneaking suspicion we might see them.
If they come.
Eventually. If they
If
get
it,
out of the void. Task number 2.
what the fuck
What's...
is this lo-fi? Hold on. But, I mean, I don't mind. I'm fine with waiting for the report as well.
Yeah,
That way we can meet
I
them
just...
halfway.
I take a minute to write them. It's...
Uh,
I... What I tend to do is I'll scribble down notes during the appointment. I'll then jot down more readable notes afterwards. Um, then I'll take those notes and turn them into an actual report after I've slept on it. That's my usual go-to.
I see.
Because I was writing while we were talking. I'm just very good at doing it sneakily. I don't want people to think I'm not listening to them because I'm writing things down, you know?
No, you're good. How
Um,
could I got a message earlier? That's why I said she, and that's why I felt terrible about it.
it's
And I was
okay.
like, I want to make it seem like I'm listening, but I had something important to come up, so I get it.
It's okay.
But
I do
I feel
have
so bad
people,
about that.
specifically with Silk, it's also kind of a problem with Artie, let's be fair. Um, I've had a couple of people think Artie was a trans woman. Um, but
Oh,
yeah, no, so it's been primarily an issue with Silk of people not realizing, one, Silk is a cisgender man, and two, Silk uses its pronouns. So, ongoing issue.
yeah.
You are not the only
I
one,
just,
you will not be the last.
I know. I try not to though. I've been really good about it. I just feel awful about it because applying to something important.
um, my issue is I sometimes use pronouns that my characters I will be using in the future because I know they're gonna change. That's my
Gotcha.
problem, especially with Artie. I know Artie's pronouns are gonna change in the future.
Oh,
Artie! Yeah, something happens in the future.
based.
Stitch knows what I'm talking about.
Hi, Stitch.
I don't think Stitch is here. I just checked.
Oh,
Okay, I'm not gonna call out users in chat, but I just checked which users were in chat, and I'm mildly freaking out. So we're not gonna talk about it.
you should DM it to me later.
I will. I hope they're lurking and not actually listening to me mildly freak out at the moment. Ah. To be fair, I rated them twice, so I'm not
Aw,
surprised. Okay.
fair.
Anyway, um,
All right, Lord. Spin.
um, I want
Whee!
to. What is happening with
With
Jam? 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 Oh wait, who?
What?
Little sketch animatic? What is this?
Oh,
Oh, it's gay people. I love gay people.
gay
And Little
people.
Death being a third wheel. I love it.
Which gay people?
I don't know if they're actually gay. Well, to be fair, Teddy's the one that called Little Death a third wheel. Um,
Fair.
Silas and Jared.
We'll get Jam eventually. I'm surprised. I kind of expected the whole Lynx not caring about like the killing thing to be brought up today.
I'm gonna bring that up a different day. Alright, spin.
Okay. Look at me.
Don't ask how I know that. Don't ask how I know that. Spin. Oh, hi! What am I being hit? Hello?
Hi.
Hi, Thimble.
What's up?
Not much.
Not much.
We were just doing a blood test for Lynx today.
What'd you do this time?
No.
I swear to the gods. Why does everyone think that I'm doing something?
I was just concerned about how slow
Didn't
they're
do it.
healing, okay?
It's not a me thing that's doing this.
It's been a while since the injuries happened. I'm a little bit concerned why it's taking so long to heal, even with you exacerbating them. What are you doing?
Huh. Injuries sure take a long time to heal.
Yeah, do you want me
Yeah.
to do a blood test on you as well?
Hell no.
That's what I thought. That's why I didn't offer, Thimble.
Honestly, mostly it's just the leg. I'm pretty sure they're just waiting to remove the bandages for hydrotherapy.
Fair enough. Nah, I asked Lynx, do you want me to do a blood test? Lynx said, yes. So I did a blood test. What have you given me? Ooh, pumpkin spice latte. Nice.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Yes, yeah. Blood test done. Put it downstairs in storage until I can take a look at it.
I can let Myra know.
Well, I'll look at it. Myra doesn't need to look at it.
I'd rather Myra not play with my blood.
Yeah, that is what I thought.
Okay.
I'll fill in Myra, don't worry about it. It's more, I don't want Myra poking around in something I said I was gonna do.
Are your eyes different or is it just me?
Oh, I changed the texture. This is an updated model.
Okay.
So it's non-canon.
I mean, the eyes are different colors, but we all know why that is.
Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, how are you doing, Thimble, though?
Yes.
Yes. Good to
Oh,
know.
is it Thimble's turn for therapy then today?
Is it Thimble's turn? Are you gonna come into my
Nope.
office then? Yeah, that's what I thought. Are you? Thank you. Hey, if it helps, I'm getting Myron in my office.
Oh, Jesus Christ, she needs it.
Do you know who else needs it? I really need to stop.
Myra, concerning after the whole Reed cupcake incident.
What? What?
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
No, we do talk about it.
Sir,
I don't
had
want.
a baby saying you and several others.
I don't want to think about the things I said that day.
Oh my god.
You can whisper it in my ear, Thimble. What did he say?
So, hold on, who was all there? There was Lynx, Myra, Lil Death, Brindle. Who else was high that day?
Just us.
Okay. Myra apparently exploded the kitchen and still fixing it with that.
Yeah, I'm not letting Myra cook ever again.
What do you think?
She's
I'm like I always say, I'm the one who cooks the meals. Myra only knows how
Other-
to
no.
cook scrambled eggs.
It's understandable, but I am banning her from touching a stove.
Oh dear God! Like I said,
sorry,
I
off
cook
topic.
the meals.
Thimble, someone gave me this, and I wasn't sure if I had permission to have it.
Who the hell gave you this?
I'm trying to think which person. Who was I speaking to? I speak to a lot of your friends. Who,
Okay.
it was one of your newer friends. Oh, I got this. My brain power is working.
Do you remember what they look like? Does that help?
No. Thimble, you don't understand. I speak
Did
to
you
so
give
many
them
people.
therapy?
No. It was not in a therapy session.
Who the hell gave you my? Okay, here I'll list off the people I willingly gave feathers. I gave Ben feathers. Jay, Myra, think Aloysius. Who else? Who else?
Not any of them.
That's really it. Who else has my feathers?
Who gave me that feather?
As far as I know, those are the only people I've willingly given feathers.
Well, I did not get a feather from any of them.
I'm scared.
Anyway, you have it now.
First, the feathers on the are pinned to the front of the new bakery in Kalian. Now this.
Oh. Well,
That's
it's
kinda
back
fun.
with you.
Oh,
Oh,
hello,
Hi,
Blanche.
Blanche.
Hi, Blanche.
Hi.
We've got a little mystery going on, don't we?
Who stole my feathers?
I mean, I know you gave me some one time for.
Yeah. Okay,
I
you're
don't
the.
have those.
I
I give those
genuinely don't
back.
know who else. Hi, Blanche. What are you doing?
Hi.
I think Blanche is still a little bit cautious of me. I think that's just it.
Blanche, Artie's a friend.
They had a very strange first interaction with me.
I was a little bit concerned I didn't see them with an adult that they recognized as their guardian.
Oh, yeah, no. Blanche, it's fine. Artie's a good one.
I mean, they're right. I don't have a parent, but
I think most people took it as me trying to adopt Blanche. That's not what I was intending.
Oh, yeah, I
I
was
mean,
about
you
to say.
did
my
actively say you wanted
Yeah.
to adopt them out loud.
No, I
you
said the
did, and it was
words.
scary.
I would do it if I needed to, because I'm probably one of the only people with experience in this town and that sort of thing. One of the only people. I didn't say I was the only person, I said one of. Thimble.
I
I
want
would-
the option to choose.
Yes, and that's important.
How are you feeling, by the way? You feeling
Yeah.
okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm
Now,
checking.
what
I
were
was
we
just
talking
checking on
about?
the engine. Yeah, hi. What?
I don't remember what we were talking about. Before-
These two had an interesting interaction first.
No,
time,
before
apparently.
that. I was trying to get back on topic.
the feathers?
Yes.
The
Yeah,
fact someone had my feather, and I don't remember who all has my feathers.
that's why I thought to give it back.
One more time, Blanche.
No, Lynx is gone too. We've lost them both.
Blanche,
I'm
one more
right
time.
here.
We didn't hear you.
Hello?
Your mic cut.
No, your
Oh,
mic cut
okay.
out.
All I said was feather.
Yep.
Oh.
Here. Do I have? There you go, Blanche. Well, she knows it.
Feather.
Blanche, look on the ground.
Can't look currently.
Rest in peace, Blanche.
Rip.
Rest in fucking pieces.
I just said
Oh,
rip.
shit.
Yep.
No,
Oh.
to go back to that, I was just concerned, okay? I think people took my concern the wrong way.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
No one told me that you had taken semi-guardianship.
Here you go. No, I am not adopting Blanche is like only 8 years younger than me.
I said guardianship, I didn't say adoption.
Okay. Okay.
Don't you
In
worry.
my mind, those are the same thing.
Not to me, sorry.
I'm only keeping an eye on this one because, well, similar situations. And
I can see it, don't worry.
birds.
I was talking about something else, but I'll take that as well.
Nice.
Blanche lives right next to a torch. I hope that doesn't melt.
Fingers crossed. I see you guys are doing good, though. I was, a little bit concerned.
Other than getting chased by an axe the other day.
By a what?
Yeah, it was
New person!
new
I
person
got
in
chased
town.
with
Very
an axe.
axe happy.
Who's
Got
this
chased
new
with an
person?
axe. I'm pretty sure I got shot
Their
by
hands
an
off
arrow.
my ice.
I'm sorry.
So I think it was an axe, and then I also got shot with an arrow while in a tree by the same
Who's
person.
I
doing
didn't see
this?
that one. Jared.
A guy called
Jared.
Jared Reed.
I'm sorry, who names their kid Jared? Okay, sorry. Anyway.
I don't know.
It sounds like a stupid name.
Thank you,
does.
I agree.
Ugh. He gives very bad vibes. He
Mm.
looks at all the non-human folk oddly. and I don't like it.
Hmm.
Are
You-
they a bitch?
Oh
I
no!
knew it.
Bitch.
Blanche, I have more.
My eyes.
Why did you put ice on the torch?
There you go.
There you go.
Do you want the water thimble, or do you want me to?
No, I'm good.
Right. I didn't want to give you my bucket anyway. I just offered.
It's fine. I have enough iron to make 1,000,000 buckets.
I don't. Lynx, can I just put the water in your pond?
Yeah.
Fab.
The
Hopping the
lobster
fence.
that. Yeah, there's
Like I
a
said.
lobster there that I don't know where it came from.
Hi, lobster.
Of iron. Plenty. of
Yeah, you've
iron
got a
on
lot.
the bottom right.
Alright. Yeah, do you want me to go undercover, non-hybrid looking person?
I would appreciate that.
Bad. I love undercover missions.
Uh-huh.
Just don't tell Myra.
Oh, I won't. I don't tell Myra a lot. Oh, I should.
dang,
Don't
okay.
you? Yeah. So, yeah, no, I like being the token non-hybrid because it means I get to feed information back about unsafe people. It's my favorite kind of
Yeah, that's
undercover
fair.
mission.
Oh dear God, that's so much. This town just always has something happening. I'm gonna lose
Yeah.
my mind.
I was talking to
Drama.
Lynx about it. There seems to just be some issue with this town specifically and a lot of things, let's be fair. Where do I start this list? No one likes to apologize to people. No one likes to
Yeah.
open up emotionally. No one likes to admit when they have problems.
99% of the women in towns are divas.
I wasn't even gonna talk about gender because I know a lot of male divas in this town.
Point
Saw
proven.
that.
I think I
Diva.
count. Ooh, flower. Okay. Place that down.
In the back.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I just... Yeah. This town has a lot of problems. The Kalian folk are so much more open with me. It's lovely.
Yeah.
Like, I've only ever been able to speak with
They're
Silk via
bitches.
letters. What?
Blanche, language.
Sorry.
Myra taught her curse words.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
Yeah.
my view on it, again, don't have to listen to me, is you should be teaching when it is appropriate to use swear words. Because when someone becomes an adult, they're going to use them. And it's unrealistic to assume they aren't going to be using them when they're younger, in my opinion.
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. Oh, there they
Yeah.
go. Ow.
Do I still have the Jace touch? Please. Does it still work?
I don't think so.
Ah! Ah!
Does it work?
Free the bird! Oh,
Oh,
the
bird
bird.
is free.
I still have it from last season.
Yay.
Oh my god, one
I
bar
mean,
in a dream.
their ping is still fucked, but
Jam.
Jam! Jam, please! Speak to us!
stop doing that. You're injured.
I'm out of character.
I wonder. I wonder why the injuries aren't healing.
Oh my god, shush you two. Oh, they're dead.
Give them a moment. The icon's still there.
Rest in pieces. So, Raft after lore?